The very first school in Malaysia. The second school is in Indonesia. Then we have Philippines. Then we have a small school in Singapore, and we have 3 pastry schools in India. What we do is we train students. That
Okay.
means जिन बच्चों को पेस्ट्री शेफ बनना है, we train them.
Okay.
We train पेस्ट्री शॉप ओनर्स या चॉकलेट शॉप ओनर्स या जिनके अपने बिजनेस हैं, उनको फर्दर ट्रेन करते हैं.
Okay. कि इस हाइट तक पहुंचने के लिए क्या किया आपने, कहां से आपने कैरियर स्टार्ट किया, व्हाट वाज योर फर्स्ट होटल एंड हाउ लॉन्ग इट टुक टू रीच यू अप टू दिस हाइट?
मतलब है जब आप अपने कैरियर के लिए अपनी खुद की इज्जत करना जानते हो, तो अगर मैंने शेफ बनने का डिसाइड किया तो वो तब होता है जब मैं अपने से अच्छे शेफ को देखूंगा. When I went for the interview for the hotel, I was rejected because मेरा जो फूड ट्रायल था सिलेक्शन के लिए वो ठीक नहीं था.
अच्छा.
हाँ, so I was
Okay.
rejected and I asked them कि ठीक है, आप मुझे बता दीजिए मैंने क्या क्या गलतियां की हैं. मैं वापस आ गया और कुछ दिनों बाद मुझे कॉल आया फाइनल इंटरव्यू के लिए. सो मैं थोड़ा सरप्राइज भी था
Okay.
when they called me for the final interview. And in the interview they told me, Niklesh, you know that you're not selected for the final interview, but we actually called you. I say, yes, I know, and I'm actually surprised. So they told me because out of all the people who were rejected, you are the one who actually tried to stay and ask them what mistake you have done.
स्वागत है आपका हमारे नेक्स्ट एपिसोड के अंदर. और आज हम जिनसे मिलने वाले हैं, उनकी जितनी भी तारीफ करो उतनी ही कम है. उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस है और आज वो जिस मुकाम पे खड़े हैं उसका कोई मुकाबला नहीं है. और कहीं ना कहीं उनकी जर्नी भी होटल मैनेजमेंट के साथ ही स्टार्ट हुई है. लेकिन आज जिस मुकाम तक पहुंचना और जो हासिल करना, वो बहुत बड़ी बात थी उनके लिए, लेकिन उन्होंने कर दिखाया. चलो मिलते हैं. मैं उनके बारे में और कुछ ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा, तो सीधे हम मुलाकात करते हैं निकलेश शर्मा से.
अमन सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका मुझे इनवाइट करने के लिए. मैं स्टार्ट करता हूं कि मैं कर क्या रहा हूं आजकल, ताकि लोगों के लिए कनेक्ट करना बहुत आसान रहेगा.
ओके.
एंड आई विल डू इन अ मिक्स ऑफ इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी.
हाँ ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, वो सब चलेगा.
वो बिल्कुल ठीक रहेगा. सो टुडे आई एम अ पेस्ट्री शेफ
ओके.
and I have a group of 7 pastry schools in 5 countries.
7
मैं और मेरे
पेस्ट्रीज,
हाँ
5 कंट्रीज.
मैं और मेरे 2 दोस्त हैं जो मेरे पार्टनर्स भी हैं, वो इंडिया में रहते हैं, मैं मलेशिया में रहता हूँ. सो वी हैव द वेरी फर्स्ट स्कूल इन मलेशिया. The second school is in Indonesia. Then we have Philippines. Then we have a small school in Singapore, and we have 3 pastry schools in India, which is
Okay.
Gurgaon, Bangalore, and Bombay.
ओके.
The brand name of APCA, Academy of Pastry and Culinary Arts.
ओके.
So along with these 7 pastry schools, I also have a brand called Enchante in Malaysia and Maldives.
ओके.
It's a pastry shop cum production kitchen. So, मलेशिया में हम प्रोडक्शन करते हैं पेस्ट्री, फ्रोजन पेस्ट्रीज की. और मालदीव्स में रिसेंटली हमने एक चॉकलेट प्रोडक्शन किया है, जहां पर हम होटल्स को चॉकलेट सप्लाई करते हैं.
ओके.
मार्केट और बाकी होटल्स को चॉकलेट और फ्रोजन पेस्ट्रीज देते हैं.
ओके.
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 व्हाट वी डू इज वी ट्रेन स्टूडेंट्स. दैट
Okay.
मींस जिन बच्चों को पेस्ट्री शेफ बनना है, वी ट्रेन देम.
ओके.
वी ट्रेन पेस्ट्री शॉप ओनर्स या चॉकलेट शॉप ओनर्स या जिनके अपने बिजनेस हैं, उनको फर्दर ट्रेन करते हैं.
ओके.
ट्रेन प्रोफेशनल पेस्ट्री शेफ मींस जो प्रोफेशनल पेस्ट्री शेफ्स हैं जो होटल्स में काम करते हैं, हम उनको फर्दर ट्रेन करते हैं.
ओके.
वी ऑल्सो डू कंसल्टेंसीज एंड ट्रेनिंग्स
ओके.
स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम होटल टू पेस्ट्री प्रोडक्ट्स और पेस्ट्री शॉप, एनीबॉडी जिनको हमारी कंसल्टेंसी या ट्रेनिंग चाहिए, प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए हम वो सब करते हैं.
ओके.
So we train students to professionals, everybody.
ओके.
हाँ,
So this is what you do now.
this is
So I
what we
mean,
do now.
but obvious of reaching up to this height, निखिलेश, it takes a lot. आपने बहुत मेहनत की है और बट ऑब्वियस कहते ना बहुत सारे सेटबैक भी होंगे यहाँ तक पहुंचने के लिए. मैं जानना चाहता हूं और जितने मेरे व्यूअर्स हैं वो जानना चाहते हैं कि इस हाइट तक पहुंचने के लिए क्या किया आपने, कहां से आपने कैरियर स्टार्ट किया, व्हाट वाज योर फर्स्ट होटल एंड हाउ लॉन्ग इट टुक टू रीच यू अप टू दिस हाइट.
Okay. So height का एग्जाम्पल ये है. आई एम फ्रॉम नजफगढ़, जो दिल्ली का एक सबब है.
अच्छा.
मैं नजफगढ़ से रहता हूँ, वहीं पे हमारी फैमिली थी. एंड टुडे आई एम कनेक्टेड टू मोर देन 35, 40, 45 वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस या बेस्ट पेस्ट्री शेफ ऑफ द वर्ल्ड.
ओके.
सो नजफगढ़ से यहाँ की जर्नी, कि जहाँ पर आई वर्क विद more than 40, 45 best pastry chef of the world. And I'm talking about all the way from Europe to US to Japan to France. You know, all those parts are there. ये भी आसान नहीं है, लेकिन जर्नी का अपना एक मजा होता है.
ओके.
I decided to become a chef. लेकिन होटल मैनेजमेंट करने के बाद एक फेज आता है जब आप when you start respecting your own self a little bit much more.
ओके.
जब छोटे होते हैं शायद उसका मतलब नहीं पता होता है. तो जो सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट का मतलब है जब आप अपने करियर के लिए अपनी खुद की इज्जत करना जानते हो. तो अगर मैंने शेफ बनने का डिसाइड किया तो वो तब होता है जब मैं अपने से अच्छे शेफ को देखूंगा.
ओके.
मैं अपने से अच्छे शेफ को मिलूंगा और मुझे लगा हाँ मुझे उन जैसा बनना है.
ओके.
And then you start respecting your chef jacket. Then you start respecting your own self. और आपका करियर सही मायने में तभी स्टार्ट होता है. उससे पहले क्या होता है, नौकरी होती है, ट्रेनिंग होती है, जहां किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया करने के लिए और आपने वो किया.
ओके.
हाँ. सो आफ्टर डूइंग माय होटल मैनेजमेंट, मेरा जो स्टार्टिंग जर्नी है स्टार्टेड विद राजविलास.
राजविलास.
राजविलास an Oberoi hotel in Jaipur.
ओके.
And the very first thing I would like to tell you that when I went for the interview for the hotel, I was rejected because मेरा जो फूड ट्रायल था सिलेक्शन के लिए वो ठीक नहीं था.
अच्छा.
हाँ. सो आई वाज
ओके.
रिजेक्टेड एंड आई आस्क्ड देम कि ठीक है आप मुझे बता दीजिए मैंने क्या क्या गलतियां की हैं. मैंने पूछा व्हाई डू यू वांट टू नो. और मैंने बोला कि एटलीस्ट ये गलतियां मैं दूसरे ट्रायल में नहीं करूंगा, बिकॉज नौकरी के लिए अगर आपने रिजेक्ट किया है तो मुझे कहीं और तो जाना पड़ेगा
ओके.
इंटरव्यूज के लिए.
अच्छा.
ऐसे मैं वापस आ गया और कुछ दिनों बाद मुझे कॉल आया फाइनल इंटरव्यू के लिए. सो मैं थोड़ा सरप्राइज भी था.
ओके.
When they called me for the final interview, and in the interview they told me, Niklesh, you know that you're not selected for the final interview, but we actually called you. I say yes, I know, and I'm actually surprised. So they told me because out of all the people who were rejected, you are the one who actually try to stay and ask them what mistake you have done.
वाओ.
So वो भी एक लर्निंग होती है कि बड़ी बात ये नहीं कि हर बार आप सक्सेसफुल होंगे. You will be failing, you will be out of the league, but the main part is that you should know what mistake you have done so that you can always come back.
ओके.
So I got my first job because of that part.
वाओ.
Did,
आपको मतलब ये उम्मीद भी नहीं थी कि आपको वहां नौकरी मिलेगी बिकॉज
बिल्कुल
यू
नहीं.
वर सिलेक्टेड वेरी फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू एंड सी
Yes,
एंड
exactly.
फाइनली यू गॉट इट. एंड आई थिंक जो आपने स्टोरी बताई है ना, दिस इज रियली इंटरेस्टिंग and we should learn out of it that behind every failure there is a success.
Yeah, because मुझे लगता है प्रोफेशनल कैरियर में फेलियर नाम की कोई चीज नहीं होती है, बिकॉज इवन योर फेलियर टीचेज यू.
That's
अगर
very
आप
true.
पहली नौकरी कर रहे हैं, कुछ चीज गलत भी करेंगे तो क्या दिक्कत है, आप
हाँ
उससे कुछ ना कुछ सीख के अगली बार ठीक करेंगे उसे. तो
हाँ, ठीक
फेलियर नाम
बात.
का कोई वर्ड होता नहीं है एक्चुअली.
Yeah, very true, very
हाँ.
true.
अ,
That will happen.
उसके बाद वहां मैंने 2 साल काम किया. सो
अच्छा.
इट वाज अ स्मॉल रिसॉर्ट, बट द ब्यूटीफुल पार्ट इज दैट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट माय फर्स्ट जॉब व्हाट आई लर्न इज दैट, एंड आई वांट टू टेल एवरीबॉडी, मेन थिंग इज दैट ये नहीं कि आप एक अच्छा पेस्ट्री शेफ बनना चाहते हैं या यू वांट टू बिकम अ गुड होटेलियर. आई बिलीव व्हाट द फर्स्ट लेसन आई लर्न फ्रॉम दैट होटल वाज हाउ टू बी अ गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग.
Okay.
Before being a good hotelier or before being a good good chef or a pastry chef. It was a small team where everybody knows each other.
Okay.
Everybody called them by the first name with lots
Okay.
of respect, lot of humility by standing, by standing with each other all the time. So because that's a good part of a pre-opening of a hotel, because everything is done there together. So
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं है कि this is kitchen, this is housekeeping, this is front office, and this is some other department, or this is engineering department. Everybody was working together. So that was the first lesson I learned, and it actually helped me even today.
Wow.
Huh. So after
So,
working there for 2 years, I moved
I
to
mean,
Bombay.
sorry to interrupt. I mean, what you said is very true. I mean, when a team work together and when they stand next to each other in any case, doesn't matter what happened, and that is the first job of any individual. आपकी बेसमेंट आपकी बेस जो है ना, that become very strong. And I
बिल्कुल
think that's very important. Whenever anybody start with a hotel, I think they must start with a good hotel. I think सबसे पहले वही टारगेट होना चाहिए दिमाग के अंदर.
सी जब तक आप दूसरे के डिपार्टमेंट को नहीं देखेंगे,
Mm-hmm.
प्रॉब्लम को नहीं समझेंगे, आप कई बार वो चीज इग्नोर कर जाते हैं कि हाउ कैन आई कंट्रीब्यूट टू मेक इट हैपन. इट्स
Very
वेरी
true.
सिंपल एज दैट. So it's very important to understand each other department, and accept them as friend, as human being, to
Mm-hmm.
make a good team. Anyway,
Yes.
from Jaipur, I went to Bombay, and
Mm-hmm.
I joined Regent Hotel. Today we call it Taj Landsend as a pre-opening.
Okay.
But being born and brought up in Delhi, I was not very comfortable in Bombay at that moment of time. I couldn't accept that culture and that environment, not in
Uh-huh.
the hotel but outside hotel.
Okay.
Because you go as a commie, itna
Mhm.
salaries nahi hota hai. You have to stay in a chawl, and that
Yeah. You were
the,
staying in a chawl in Mumbai.
I stay in shawl in
How
Mumbai.
was that experience?
Uh, it was good experience. Today I can say it was a good experience, but I'm sure at that time, way back in '99, it was not such a good experience.
Okay.
After 3 months, I say I'm done. I want to go
Okay.
back to
So
Delhi.
3 महीने में गिव अप कर दिया
I
निकलेश ने.
gave up. Literally, I gave up because it's not easy to stay in a chawl. Trust me. Salute to those people who stay there. I'm sure it's very healthy thing, but I couldn't. And I came back to Delhi. I opened another hotel as a commie only. Sorry, as a demish of the party. It was Nico New Delhi in Connaught Place.
Mhm.
I stayed there for a couple of months, and I came back to Oberoi Hotel to open Amar Vilas in Agra.
अच्छा, आगरा के अंदर
My
आप आए.
Yes. So my first 4 hotels were only pre-opening, which
Okay.
actually teaches you a lot from scratch, how to open a hotel, how to open a pastry kitchen, how to work in a team. And I
Wow.
think that really helped me out later part of my career also.
Mhm.
Sometime the exposure what you get at that time, आपको उसका अहमियत नहीं मालूम पड़ता, लेकिन वो बाद में बहुत काम आता है.
Very
But
true. I
pre-opening
think.
मेरे बहुत काम आई. And from Amar Vilas, I move to Taj group of hotels in
Okay.
2002 in Goa, which
Mhm.
was Fort Aguada. And Fort Aguada and Taj Holiday Village were two resorts next to each other, and it was a centralized bakery and pastry. So I was in charge of both the hotels in that way. I worked there for 2 years, 2 to 3 years there.
Okay.
2002 to 2005, I was there.
Mhm.
And from there, I moved on to Bangalore, where I was transferred to Taj West End, a luxury hotel.
Okay.
So I was there for 2 years.
अच्छा, वहां से आपकी ट्रांसफर होगी फ्रॉम
Bilkul.
बैंगलोर फ्रॉम
Goa to Bangalore.
यू वेंट टू बैंगलोर फ्रॉम फोर्ट अगोड़ा, राइट?
Fort Aguada, yes.
अच्छा, फोर्ट. हाउ वाज दैट होटल? बिकॉज़ आई हर्ड अ लॉट अबाउट दैट होटल इन गोवा. आई मीन, हाउ इट्स लाइक टू बी वर्क इन गोवा?
Oh, it's really good because you know what? Time बदलता है.
अच्छा.
पहले कहते थे season होता है.
अच्छा.
But if you try to see that now, I'm sure आज हम बात करें 2023 में, and हम सोच रहे हैं 2002 के लिए, तो 21 साल पुरानी बात है. But अगर आप ठीक से देखें तो then you realize that it used to be a seasonal time. जब season होता था tourist आते हैं. But today India is changing, and I'm sure that time also India was changing as compared to that time.
हम्म.
डोमेस्टिक टूरिज्म इतना होता है कि मालूम ही नहीं पड़ता कि सीजन कौन सा है, ऑफ सीजन कौन सा है.
ये
down
I
the
think
year
you said is very
business
true
आता है.
because now you go to Goa or you go to any touristic place, I think we have more of the domestic crowd than the foreign.
Exactly. Because the paying capacity of Indians who are going to Goa, they're equally good. So ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि एक बाहर का टूरिस्ट आएगा तभी पैसा आता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. It's doing very good. Anyway,
Okay.
from Goa I went to Bangalore, and
Okay.
जहाँ से मेरा international exposure start हुआ.
अच्छा, वहां से स्टार्ट हुआ
हाँ.
बैंगलोर से.
Because I wanted to grow up, I want to read more, I want to learn more, I want to study a bit more, and I start traveling to other countries, visiting exhibitions, the food exhibitions, competitions.
Okay.
And then I realized that I'm working in the industry from last मैंने घर छोड़ा था 92 में और
Okay.
अब आ गया 2006. So
Okay.
it's been already been 14 years, और ग्रोथ भी ठीक चल रही है, होटल में सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है, एवरीबडी इज हैप्पी. आई एम ऑल्सो हैप्पी बिकॉज फ्रॉम कॉमी से पेस्ट्री शेफ बन गए हैं, एग्जैक्ट पेस्ट्री शेफ बन गए हैं.
अच्छा, जब वहां बैंगलोर गए थे तो पेस्ट्री शेफ बन के गए थे?
जी हाँ. तो
अच्छा.
पेस्ट्री शेफ मैं गोवा में ही बन गया था, सूस शेफ पेस्ट्री और फिर पेस्ट्री शेफ, और बैंगलोर में जब आया तो एग्जैक्ट पेस्ट्री शेफ बन गया था.
ओके.
लेकिन तब व्हेन यू स्टार्ट टेकिंग अ स्टेप बैक के लेट मी ट्राई टू सी बाहर क्या हो रहा है, इंडिया से बाहर. तो
ओके.
उस वक्त जब मैं सिंगापुर पहली बार गया 2006 में, और मैंने कुछ चीजें ऐसी देखी जो आई वुड से दैट was it was literally a kind of a slap on my face, because वो जो चीज देखी वो मैंने कभी सोची भी नहीं थी. सो जहां पर आप सोचते हैं कि आपका सोचने का ढंग बदल, ये मेरी लिमिट है, मैंने चीजें उससे ऊपर देखी कि मुझे कनेक्शन नजर नहीं आया कि ये हुआ कैसे, ये पेस्ट्री
मतलब
कैसे बनी, ये
ये आप
डिजाइन
बात
कैसे.
कर रहे हो आफ्टर हैविंग 14 ईयर ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस,
आफ्टर
then you
हैविंग
realize that you don't know anything.
यस आई रियलाइज दैट के एक एक अलग ही दुनिया है.
Okay, and
ठीक
what
है.
was that?
Because I went to exhibitions, I went and saw the competition, I saw Asia Pastry Cup and say, wow, this is totally different. ये तो मैंने कभी देखा ही नहीं, ये तो मैंने कभी किया ही नहीं. And then I changed my way of thinking. तो मुझे लगता है कि पहली सोच या पहला जो स्टेप होता है वो आप खुद लेते हैं. वो स्टेप मैंने खुद लिया कि मुझे बाहर जाना है और देख कर आना है कि बाहर क्या हो रहा है. So my first step was Singapore, where I saw that something is wrong with me and I need to grow up much better.
Okay.
And I start traveling to US and Europe. Fortunately, I have a very supportive family.
Okay.
Salary भी अच्छा था मेरा. So I keep on collecting that money, and I plan my trip to Europe and US in 2007.
अच्छा, सीखने
And
के लिए?
I'm sorry,
Just to learn more. Just to
just to
learn
learn
more.
more. हाँ, लेकिन just to learn more में we think of मुझे चॉकलेट डिस्प्ले सीखना है या शुगर डिस्प्ले सीखना है. लेकिन जब आप कहीं पर भी सीखने के लिए जाते हैं, यू डोंट लर्न ओनली द स्किल, यू ऑल्सो सी अ एंटायर कल्चर. एक अलग स्कूल में जाएंगे, एक अलग प्लेटफॉर्म पे जाएंगे जहां पर आप दूसरे पेस्ट्री शेफ है जो सीखने के लिए आए हैं उनसे मिलेंगे, जो सिखाने के लिए आए हैं उनसे मिलते हैं. तो the people who have come to learn there, people who have come to teach there, and you get a different kind of community, and your way of thinking change.
Very true. Very
So
true.
that the year of 2006 and 2007 was a game changer for me, where I actually tried to see that what can I do, how can I grow further.
Okay.
And I came back from all these exposures and training, and 2007 I moved to Malaysia, work for a hotel, Renaissance Kuala Lumpur Marriott Hotel. It was a 1,000-room hotel, 921 to be exact. 24 banquet hall, 9 restaurants, and I was heading a team of about 32 pastry chefs.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a team. My God,
It was a
32
big.
pastry chefs.
Yes. So I started with them in January 2008, and I worked with them. I worked with them for a couple of years.
Okay.
But by the time I went for my exposure and came to Marriott Hotel, I know one thing. Hospitality or hotel industry is beautiful. It's amazingly good. But when we talk about skills, the thing which I learned in 2006 and 7 during my exposure, I deserve to learn it in 1992, 93, 94, 95 when I was in college. That means I studied hotel management, which was perfectly good. I think it's a beautiful career. I never regret it. But because I make my career in a chef industry, I realized that I should have learned those skills in an early stage of my career. But the problem was that after I did my hotel management, there was no pastry and culinary school of that level in India.
Yeah, I think you are very right. During that time, when we have done our schools, we never even heard of there was any pastry school.
Exactly. So everybody by default, we were doing hotel management, and then we choose whether we want to become a chef, whether we want to become a housekeeper or a front office or a service guy, and then we grow up. There's nothing wrong into that. It's perfectly fine. But if you want to become a chef, I believe that those specialized cases or those courses should have been there. But it changed my way of thinking that कि अगर मुझे इतना टाइम लगा, अगर ये स्किल मैंने पहले सीखा होता तो शायद मेरी ग्रोथ और अच्छी होती. मुझे 2006 में सिंगापुर आके मुझे क्यों रियलाइज हुआ, and that's where I decided that I worked enough in hotels. I had a fantastic career, fantastic growth, exposure. I travel a lot, but the time has come that I want to do the things which I want to do, and I want to teach. So I opened my own group of schools, which we call it APCA, Academy of Pastry and Culinary Arts, in Malaysia, where I was working in at that time.
That was your first school in Malaysia, right?
So I opened my first school in Malaysia in 2010.
Why not in Delhi? Why not in India? Why
At
Malaysia?
that time, when I decided, I was working in Marriott hotels. Okay? So, and I kind of liked Malaysia at that time. I was a little bit comfortable there because I used to go to hotel management college and pastry culinary school there for some demos, for some interviews. And I find that it's the same thing. What I face in India, that those students also have the same issue, that they're learning very, very basic pastry in the college as compared to what we do in a hotel. So transition is different.
Okay.
And since I liked Malaysia at that time, I decided to open there.
So that was the only reason that you opened first school in Malaysia, because you like Malaysia.
I liked Malaysia at that time, and I want to be there. I was a little bit comfortable there.
Okay.
15th was one school. The Malaysia school I opened in 2010, and I ran it till 2015. So it was only one school.
Okay.
But in that 5 year of journey, we learn a lot. Okay, we learn a lot, and this is where I start inviting all those chefs whom I met in my trip to Europe and US. I say, why don't you come to Malaysia and come for a couple of days and take classes? And we start selling those classes also.
Okay.
And then I saw that a lot of people from all over Asia Pacific, India, Sri Lanka or Middle East, they start traveling to Malaysia when we announce these master classes, when these master chefs start coming. So suddenly the schools start getting a lot of positive marketing organically.
Okay.
There was a school in Malaysia which was very comfortable, not very expensive, which was teaching students, but also invite a lot of master chefs.
Okay.
So the first benefit what we get is that our own teachers, they were growing up, learning from them, and they start competing in competitions. So we become national champion in 2011. Then we start going for representing Malaysia in the Asia Cup, and we became 2012, we became with a silver medal, and 2014 we were Asia pastry champion. So when the chefs from academy, they represent Malaysia in Asia Pastry Cup in Singapore, we become Asia Pastry champion.
Wow, I think that's a great achievement. Niklesh,
Yes.
like when you opened the school in 2010, you said that you run it for 5 years. Still, the school is still there. How many chefs you have? How many chefs did you hire first?
I started with 2 chefs.
Okay.
And then suddenly we realized that there are a lot of people who want to be part of the school, because they saw that the kind of things we're doing in a school, they realized, oh, I want to be part of APCA. So a lot of good Malaysian chef, they start joining academy. Okay, hey, we want to be part of APCA. Okay, we want to be part of APCA, so we start hiring them, and
Uh-huh.
it was like a team start getting developed. A homegrown team from Malaysia start growing up.
Okay.
Young chef, young Malaysian chef who want to be part of the school. So that the vibe was changing where people say, hey, teaching is no more a boring job, but teaching is a very interesting job because the kind of job we do in teaching is really going very good.
And how many, when you had, okay, so how many chefs you have now in Malaysia school?
Today also we have about 12 or 13, okay,
12 to
13
13.
chefs, yes.
And how many students you are expecting, let's say, if I put a period of 1 year, how many students come to your school in Malaysia to learn pastry?
We take full time approximately 150 students because of the capacity of the school.
Okay.
150 full time students. We take about 100 part time students, but uh, in total, because we also train professionals who
Mm-hmm.
come with specific needs, we have a forum. So we get approximately 800 to 900 people who come to Malaysia, the school, to
Mm-hmm.
learn from us. So 150 full time, about 100 part time, and about 800 to 900 people come specifically for short program or specialized program to learn from us in Malaysia.
So what is your program length? When you talk about full time, when you talk about short time, how long does it last?
So that's very interesting. You know what we do is that uh, हमने जो अपने टाइम में होटल मैनेजमेंट किया था दैट वाज फैंटास्टिकली गुड बट इट वाज
Okay.
ओवल प्रोग्राम सो हमने कुछ ब्रेड और कुछ केक्स पेस्ट्री देखा था
Okay.
अभी जो हम कराते हैं वी डू अ 9 मंथ प्रोग्राम उसमें 3 मंथ बेसिक 3 मंथ इंटरमीडिएट एंड 3 मंथ एडवांस है सो
Okay.
बेसिक में वी स्टार्ट विद लाइक बेसिक कुकीज बेसिक चॉकलेट basic French pastry, basic tart and tot, basic entremet means whole cake, basic
Okay.
wedding cake, basic plated dessert.
Mm-hmm.
और जब इंटरमीडिएट में जाते हैं
Mm-hmm.
यही टॉपिक आगे कैरी फॉरवर्ड करते हैं एडवांस लेवल पे
Okay.
लेकिन कुछ टॉपिक नए आते हैं जैसे कुकीज है बहुत बेसिक टॉपिक है तो बेसिक तरह रहा लेकिन जब इंटरमीडिएट में जाएंगे तो ट्रेवल केक आ गया जैसे फ्रूट केक्स जब
अच्छा,
एडवांस जाते हैं तो इट्स अ
हम्म।
वेरी वेल डेवलप्ड वेल निटेड प्रोग्राम जिसमें in that 9 month time you're perfectly trained and groomed in all part of pastry, bakery, chocolate, cake designing, displays, artistic side, everything.
So you're saying in 9 months, if somebody do a course of 9 months in your institute, he gonna be absolutely perfect and capable pastry chef.
A capable trained chef to be groomed as a pastry chef when they grow further to work for a hotel or a restaurant. We make them perfectly trained, good trained.
Perfectly trained.
Yes.
So that means अगर मैं आज आपके स्कूल में आऊं, अगर मैं 9 महीने के लिए आपका कोर्स ज्वाइन करता हूं और उसके बाद 9 मंथ के बाद इफ आई अप्लाई फॉर ए जॉब समवेयर इन पेस्ट्री, मुझे दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, मेरा सिलेक्शन हो जाएगा. Let's
बिल्कुल.
put it this way.
I,
I put it
I,
in a
I
very
would say
simple way,
that.
right?
I would say that, I tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, People go to Europe, people go to US, people go to Australia, people go to Singapore to study pastry. And to be more in we offer both pastry and culinary program. 9 month pastry, 9 month culinary. Okay.
अच्छा.
To go and study in Europe for a 9 month program, it costs you approximately, you can say about 25,000 USD. Okay.
Minimum.
Minimum,
That's the
plus
only
your
fee.
plus your accommodation, plus your other expenses, to
Yeah,
it actually
very
end up spending about 45 to 50,000 USD for a 9 month program. You end up spending like that, easy. Okay,
yes.
I've done that part. We are charging approximately 10 to 11,000 USD for a 9 month program.
जो आपका मलेशिया का स्कूल है.
Malaysia का है. Okay,
Okay.
okay, and the 9 month program, the topic we cover, the exposure we give, and the kind of content we are teaching up is is a very good program. I shouldn't say this word, but yes, at least 50 to 60% better program, more hands-on program, and with much more exposure. What do you
Mhm.
find in any other pastry school offering the same 9 month program?
Wow. Niklesh, आपके स्कूल, you said you have school in you have 3 schools in India, right?
Yes. So in total, we have 7 schools in 5 countries today.
I have another question now. जो इंडिया के स्कूल है, is these schools are recognized somewhere? You give any kind of certificates?
Yes. Now, this is very, very nice to know that part. There are 2 ways to understand a school. One, the brand.
Okay.
Second, from the chefs and the recognition or the achievement of the school. APCA started as a homegrown school in Malaysia, where all the chefs were nobody, means nobody knows them, right? But we practice hard, we win all those competitions and achieve all those recognition that people start following us.
Okay.
Okay. Second part of that is that we are all hotel management guys. We are all hotel pastry chefs. We have seen the kitchen on the back side and the front side both. We exactly knows what kind of skill is required to be a chef de partie or a sous chef or a pastry chef, right?
Very true.
So exactly now we know that, okay, in order to be a successful pastry chef in a hotel or a pastry shop or in a restaurant, what kind of skills are required?
Yes.
So
Okay.
when we actually design this entire program, we design it accordingly.
Okay.
If you want to start a career in a hotel or a pastry shop or a restaurant, or you want to be a home baker, or you want to be only a wedding cake designer, or only want to be a chocolatier, what kind of skill is required? And based on that, we design this program.
Okay.
So people knows exactly. Now, the second part is that we are affiliated with City in Guild, okay, which is a vocational body from UK, where
Okay.
the school is certified, and both are complementing. So people, when they come to study with APCA, they get a certificate from City in Guild UK. They
Okay.
also get a certificate from APCA, but
Okay.
more than anything, they exactly know what exactly APCA stand for.
No, I think this is excellent because this will be a common question and it's going to be asked by so many of my viewers because today there are so many candidates they would like to be part of school like you have, and they want to do a course which has to be like your course is for 9 months, which is perfect for someone to start the career.
I'll give you
It's
one very, very good example, sir. Maybe
Mhm.
I'm sure everybody knows that part. I mean, without quoting anything, let's look at the part. We all do hotel management earlier, right? Even today,
Yes.
people do hotel management. And after that, they go to OCLD. You know that Oberoi's have a learning and development center, right?
Yes.
90% of their exec chef, GMs, and F&B director, they come from OCLD, right? You know that.
Yes.
They do a postgraduate OCLD diploma. Affiliated by what? It's by IGNU.
It's by
Distance learning.
IGNOU,
It's by IGNU. Okay.
Indira
But
Gandhi Open
Indira
University.
Gandhi Open University. But people, they go for SLD. They have 6 to 7 level of interviews and selection procedures, which is so difficult. But hotel management students apply for it, and it's like it's like your target to be part of OCLD. Any
So
hotel management students want to be that, right?
again, it's all about OCLD. It's not
It's
about
about
accreditation.
exactly. It's about Oberoi's is doing it, how they're doing that program, what is the skill and learning you get, and how your career grows with that.
No, I think you're very right. But Niklesh, मेरा question जो है ना ये actually I asked this question for those student. सबके सबसे पहले सबका एक ही question होता है, sir, if I'll do it here, मेरा affiliation कहाँ से है? Will I get a certificate if I pay this much of money? So these are common question
बिल्कुल
which gonna
बिल्कुल
be
आता है.
asked on the channel for sure.
बिल्कुल
अच्छा,
बिल्कुल
अब
आता है.
एक चीज मुझे और बताइए निकलेश, आपके जो इंडिया में स्कूल है क्या उनकी भी फीस ऐसे ही है, इतनी है? डू यू वुड लाइक टू शेयर सम स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ फीस एंड कोर्स? इज इट
हमारी जो फीस है, मोर ओवर हम एक जैसी रखते हैं. थोड़ा बहुत करेंसी का डिफरेंस होता है और
ओके?
कंट्री का थोड़ा डिफरेंस होता है. वी हैव स्कूल इन मलेशिया एज ऑफ टुडे, Indonesia, Philippines, a small school in Singapore, and 3 schools in India, which is
ओके.
Bangalore, Bombay, and Delhi.
ओके.
We charge, I believe, because कुछ country में GST होता है, कुछ में नहीं होता है. So, including GST, it's about 7.5 lakh, which is approximately 9,000 USD, something like that.
Okay, that's for a
हाँ,
9 month course.
for a 9 month program. So we offer a 9 month advanced diploma in pastry or a 9 month advanced diploma in culinary.
Okay.
These are two programs we offer.
Okay.
For enthusiasts, we offer a part-time program, which is only on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
And then we do master classes where we invite chefs from outside,
Mm-hmm.
3 days to 6 days workshop.
Okay. Okay.
So any professional from India want to learn it, upgrade the skill, they can do that also.
Oh, I think this is excellent. I'm sure there will be so many students who would like to make their career in culinary and pastry chefs. Because होता क्या है, people they don't want to spend 3 year, 4 year if they just want to learn pastry, right?
Mhm.
आजकल जो आपने जो options दिया है ना, these options are very limited. See, if you get if you are making sure that you will train someone in one course, let's say maximum 1 year course, and he will be capable chef to join any hotel, I think that's really nice.
You'll be very
But it is
surprised
very
with
limited.
something. I want to
Sorry.
tell you a very interesting part.
Mm-hmm.
In 2015, when we opened the school in India,
Okay.
we got a lot of comments. Hey, how come you charge 7.5 lakh? This is huge money for a 9 month program.
Uh-huh.
Because at the time, the hotel management colleges, let's say example, who were charging same amount of money for a 3 years program, maybe lower than that also. Okay.
Okay.
So we used to tell them out, it's a specialized program. This is what you can do. So market took time to accept that kind of fees. And you'll be very surprised when we are charging 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
There are some other schools in Europe
Mm-hmm.
who are actually charging approximately, you can say $20,000, which is about 16, 17, 18,000, 18 lakh rupees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That kind of money also.
And people, they might be
And
traveling from
people go
India
there.
to
Of
those
course.
school to learn this thing, right?
Exactly. People go to Europe, people go in part. Very surprising. Singapore does not have a pastry school, but people still go to Singapore. Australia does not have a good pastry school. People still go to Australia because they have their other reason also that I want to study from outside India. Maybe that's a reason. But saying that the school in India
Mm-hmm.
are equally good as compared to any European school because it's the same program we teach.
Okay. So how many student you have in India now? Let's say in one program, how many student you are getting every year?
Uh, Approximately in the three center, we take about 350 students full-time pastry or culinary in India right now.
Okay, 350.
Yeah. Now, the interesting part, which I was about to tell you was
Mm-hmm.
when we start the school in India earlier, 95% of the students were graduate.
Wow.
90% of the students were graduate who were they were either simple graduate or
Mm-hmm.
business management or marketing management or accounting, and they have done a lot of different kind of uh, any kind of graduation in different fields they have done. Okay,
Okay.
95% students. Okay, and slowly we were thinking that, hey, why you want to go for a graduation and then come to study?
Mm-hmm.
No, every country have its own way to work out. So we were very surprised to know the parents play a big role where they say, hey, pastry and culinary, or this is maybe not a good career, or it's a small program of 9 months. So do one thing out, go for a graduation first. Uske baad jo karna hai karo. That kind of a mindset was there. Everybody,
Typical.
typical, we have that part. But you'll be very surprised that even today,
Mm-hmm.
the students are there. 70% students are actually graduate, but
Mm-hmm.
suddenly in last couple of years, 30% students are actually from school now who finish the 12th and then they come and do the 9 month program to decide a career whether you want to take this or not.
I think that is very
70% is
nice.
still graduate.
That is very nice. Rather wasting your 3 year time in doing your graduation, accounting or whatever, and you don't know what you're gonna do because then finally they realize, oh, मैं एक काम करता हूँ, let me become a chef. I
Yes.
think what you said is very right. After doing your 10+2, और उसके बाद अगर आप straight admission लेते हो ना, I think you can save a lot of time. You can save a lot of money too.
हम
Right?
लोग स्टूडेंट से पूछते हैं, हम बात करते हैं कि आपने बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट किया, आपने मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट किया, आपने अकाउंटिंग किया, आपने इंजीनियरिंग किया, व्हाई यू वांट टू बिकम अ पेस्ट्री शेफ नाउ, और व्हाई यू वांट टू बिकम अ कुल्लरी शेफ, और वी वांट टू बिकम एंटरप्रेन्योर। सो हम पूछते हैं आपने पहले क्यों नहीं डिसाइड किया? पहले डिसाइड नहीं कर पाए बिकॉज पेरेंट्स चाहते थे हम एटलीस्ट ग्रेजुएट हो जाए, और आज भी ये चलता है। सो व्हाट वी हैव डन इन आवर बैंगलोर कैंपस,
Mm-hmm.
we have offered a 3-year degree, okay,
Mm-hmm.
affiliated with IGNU, okay,
Okay.
which is about tourism studies, but covering both pastry and culinary specialized, which means a 3-year degree program, jahan par you'll be able to do the 9-month pastry,
Mm-hmm.
9-month culinary with 2 internship in a hotel in India and 1 exposure training in Malaysia or Singapore in our own campus. So it's a specialized pastry and culinary program, which is a degree. So अगर किसी बच्चे को
Mm-hmm.
after 12th they want to go for a 9-month diploma, they can go for a diploma, either
Okay.
pastry or culinary. But if anybody want to learn both pastry and culinary and still want to be a graduate, they can
Mm-hmm.
actually take the program in Bangalore, which is a 3-year degree program specialized with pastry and culinary.
I think this is
Fully
excellent.
hands-on.
Nicholas, what you have started is excellent. I'm sure it's going to help so many youngsters. Now, Nicholas, अभी तक हमने बात की है all your success, success, success. कितने फेलियर हुए बीच में यहाँ तक पहुंचने के लिए?
सर फेलियर तो बहुत हुए हैं, होते रहते हैं, बिकॉज आई वॉज वेरी फॉर्चुनेट कि मेरे पार्टनर्स बहुत अच्छे हैं।
ओके।
यूल बी वेरी सरप्राइज कि जब हमने पहला स्कूल खोला 2010 में, 15 तक एक ही स्कूल था, फिर 15 में हमने 14 में डिसाइड किया कि वी विल ओपन इन इंडिया।
ओके।
तो 2015 वी ओपन 2 schools, one in
ओके।
Delhi and one in Philippines, और दोनों एकदम अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में है।
ओके।
So when I open a school in Philippines, I don't think of a business side of that. So maybe I was a failure as an entrepreneur at the time, because I took an emotional decision. That there are a lot of people from Philippines who go to different countries to work in ships in Dubai or in many places. But if they can have a good quality of a pastry or a culinary school in their own country, they can grow much better.
In which city do you have in Philippines?
In Manila, I opened the school.
In Manila.
Yeah.
Because
And the
we have,
school was running in loss for many years. I think for
okay.
4 or 5 years it was in losses, and we
Okay.
run it because we wanted to have that school.
Okay, because see, where I work, we have so many students, not students, they are professional now, and they're all mostly from Manila. I
Yes,
have a
exactly,
population of Filipinos, and now
exactly.
now it's very interesting subject because this time I'm going to ask them if they have learned pastry, where they have learned it. So probably some of them from your school, I'm
Must have.
definitely
And it's one of the best pastry school in Philippines as of today. You'll
okay.
be very surprised that next month the team, which is the junior team, which is going and representing Philippines in the World Cup, Junior
Mhm.
World Cup in Italy, is actually from Academy.
Oh wow,
Yes. So,
excellent.
I took that decision to open a school in Philippines like that way. So we opened Philippines and New Delhi in the same year of 2015.
Mhm.
2016, the Malaysia school came to a bigger campus. 17, we decided to open Bangalore.
Okay.
18, we decided to open Bombay, and we actually opened that.
Okay.
19, we opened 2 schools, Indonesia and Singapore, 2
Okay.
schools. And 2020, COVID came in and we stopped a little bit.
Okay.
And 2000, when COVID goes on, 2021,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Gurgaon campus actually become shifted to a bigger campus, a brand new big school,
Mm-hmm.
from 8,000 square feet to 30,000 square feet.
Okay.
And 2022, the Bangalore campus from 17,000 square feet become about 27,000 square feet.
Wow.
So we make a big one.
So any other plan to open new school?
Yes, uh, currently I'm busy with my online pastry school, because whatever we are teaching in a school,
Mm-hmm.
have a Apka Chef Online visa online training part,
Mm-hmm.
where students or professionals or home bakers or business owners, if they want to learn the same program, they can study online through Apka Chef Online.
Okay.
I have Enchante brand.
Okay.
a production kitchen in Malaysia, and I recently opened a chocolate production in Maldives, where I'm doing chocolate production for hotels and the local market.
Okay.
We are
Now,
currently in touch with the.
okay, I have another question. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
So let's say if somebody would like to do a course in Malaysia, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I want to come to Malaysia and I want to join your school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you provide hostels or some kind of facilities where they can stay, or they have to do their own?
Unfortunately, we don't take international students in Malaysia.
Okay.
Malaysia is only for Malaysian students. But
Okay.
yes, the campus in Philippines and campus in India, they can take international students.
Okay, they can
But
take.
but what we have done is that every student,
Mhm.
whether they study in Philippines, whether studying in Indonesia or study in India,
Mhm.
they are provided a 15 days internship or a kind of exposure training
Okay.
or an intensive program in the Malaysian campus for them at a discounted price.
Okay.
Every
Okay.
student can actually come to Malaysia campus to study for 2 to 3 weeks, okay, at a discounted price. We do organize those sessions.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think that's absolutely amazing. I think, Niklesh, we really talk a lot about today, and especially what you have shared with the youngsters and my viewer, that's really going to help them. One last bite from you.
Mhm.
So, if somebody should take anything out of our conversation today, and
Mhm.
मैं बात कर रहा हूँ youngsters की, what you would like to tell them?
Okay. I tell you, as I say, I'm from Najafgarh, which is a suburb of from Delhi. मुझे कई बार लगता है अगर मेरा जैसा आदमी इतना आगे तक आ सकता है तो आज की यंगर जनरेशन जिनके पास इतने सारे टूल्स इतने सारे मीडियम्स हैं सीखने के, ठीक है, दे कैन रियली डू मच मच बेटर एज अ शेफ और एज अ पेस्ट्री शेफ. आप क्या कर सकते हैं? सो फर्स्ट थिंग लेट्स स्टार्ट विद बिगर पिक्चर एज अ होटल मैनेजमेंट. व्हाट यू कैन डू एज अ होटल मैनेजमेंट ग्रेजुएट, आपके पास यू हैव एम्पल अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू ग्रो अप as a different departments. Me being a
Mhm,
chef today, let's say example, I can work in hotel, I can work in pastry shops, I can work in bakery shops, I can
mhm,
do my own cloud kitchen, I can
mhm,
do my own small instead of working, I can be an entrepreneur, I can
mhm,
be a chocolatier, I can be a cake designer,
mhm.
I can be a teacher, and I can be a consultant. So it's
Wow.
not only that you work as a chef. And the same goes for culinary side also,
Mhm,
right? This is one part of it. After working in hotel for so many years, today I am a teacher and I own schools, right, along with my partners. And I have 7 schools in 5 countries, I told you. From a humble uh, salary of, I think 1992, 93 में
mhm.
हमें सैलरी मिलती थी, I think 1500 रुपए या 2000 रुपए,
हाँ, वही सैलरी थी.
right? That's in today's times about $20, right? It's more than $20.
You can't even buy a burger.
Yeah. And today, in my academy, we do a turnover of about 50 CR a year. So think about that. If you look at the economy part of that, people can actually do much much better. It's up to you कि आपको अपना career कहाँ तक लेकर जाना है.
I think you're
Beauty
very.
of being a chef is that okay, maybe in the starting time, someone is deciding your career. Maybe you're chef the party, maybe your owner.
Mhm.
But after working for 2, 3, 4 years time, you are in the driving seat where you decide that which direction you want to take your career and how long you want to drive it. कोई लिमिट नहीं है ग्रोथ की.
I think excellent. Thank you so much, Niklesh. आज आपसे बात करके I think it was a great episode and I'm sure so many youngsters gonna learn out of it. और मुझे भी पूरी उम्मीद है कि आपके पास कुछ अच्छी खासी इंक्वायरी आएंगी कि भैया हमें ये पेस्ट्री स्कूल के अंदर पढ़ना है, कोर्स करना है, और मैं चाहता हूँ हो ये सब. ये
नहीं,
ये ये एपिसोड यही खत्म होता है अभी.
बहुत ही अच्छी इंडस्ट्री है.